You're living in this world and you just sometimes you one day just look at the world and feel like everyone's just acting. Everyone's just acting and everyone's just performing, everyone's just pretending, including yourself, in order to comply to the reality that we are gonna all die in like one day, but also we need to seek for meaning. So some people just immerse themselves in the belief that they have, so that they can detach from the real reality, so that they can just live and survive in this world. But that's not actually the point of my video today. What I'm trying to say is you just look at the world, like history and like how humans evolved and what how we human society built end up in this place. Lots of ideologies and wars against nations and tribes to nations. Like you just realize how easy human minds are. Like we are just so easy to get manipulated because of the feelings that we feel that it's real through that comes from our brain. Like brain's just constantly telling us to do something so that you can comply to the society, so that you can get some human interactions, and maybe you don't know, you can you can get a mate and have offsprings, all the human nature stuffs. And also the mating market's cooked, especially in this generation. Everyone's just faking it. We just can't be real while trying to survive. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why people. There's a really good saying about this. Um, Once you realize you're in love with this person, and once you marry to that person, the only thing that awaits you is to get disappointed to that person. And I think that's just because our human nature is to pretend like you're not the kind of person that you want to be perceived as from others. You want to be perceived as someone who reads a lot, who who makes much more money, who has higher status. You have what, like some kind of creative work hobby. Like you want to be seen as a good person, so that you get perceived. In order to get perceived as a good person, you fake it, because that way you can have much better status and much better. I'll say, what do we call it? People will treat you just better. You know, just in general, people will treat you better if they think that you are the way they think you are. So once humans realize that they can deceive others, just like we all did when we were in kindergartens, like we learned how to lie. And it might sound stupid, but I think that's the start of every lies what we tell. Some might say it's a good lie, a good lie to for the better society, for it's just a better lie, because that way my kid's gonna believe in Santa, and like all the kind of stuff. Like I'm not trying to come up with like given analogies with such a we got like small insignificant lies, but you get what I'm saying about like good lies. And I don't believe that they are good lies just in general, even if you come up with the knowledge that I just gave. Like, are you just not gonna lie? Are you gonna not lie? Are you gonna not tell your kids that Santa's not real, kind of thing? Not like I'm just. I think just wrong is wrong, no matter how you spin it. That's just the way we should all operate. I feel like once you comply to one thing, once you compromise your belief, once you compromise what is right to do, then all you're left to do is compromise it more and more and think that it's for the better, but actually it's not. it's destroying your whole belief, and there's nothing left to stand on at the end. It's like a domino. You touch once and just goes all the way. Like it just bumps the next stick, and the next piece, the next piece, the next piece. So you gotta stop it until it gets catastrophic. Until everything you build comes to an end. So being authentic really brings nothing but regret, especially in this society. You try to be authentic to others just in general. Like I'm not just specifying in mating market, but just in general, like you try to be authentic and be real you when talking to a stranger or anyone you just met, or people by your parents know, people around your age, your students, your colleagues, your acquaintance, your professor, your workmate, whoever it is. You just try to be real you. People tend to see you as not like a not being decent, like decency. You're not operating in a normal way like our humans do. That's how I think like people see you when you try to be real. Because just like you go to a planet, you're dropped on a planet where only one single eye humans live. You are the one who's disabled. I mean, you're the one who's the weird one. Like, why do you have two eyes? You can have just one. Weird as fuck. Like. Being kind is okay, but being nice, I think, is like throwing yourself bleeding in the sea while there are so many sharks around you. Like being kind and nice are two different things. I think being kind is like it's like you just sit there, and if things comes to you, you help them out, but you don't go for help. You just see the help. You see someone like who just fell on the street and like dropped all their stuffs, and that you can just pick them up for them. Like I'm not saying like that's wrong, but being kind, I think, is just what we all should be pursuing for, but not being nice. Because once you try to be nice to someone, not in like not for like mating purpose, not for like sexually attracted kind of thing, just try to be nice as a human being. They see you as a weird one. They see you like they'll just use you. They'll manipulate you into thinking that you're the nice one and just keep on trying them, but they don't give you back, and they just keep using you, utilizing you. That's how society works, I think. Like it's no longer about morality. It's no longer about. It has never been, but like we because of social media also, I think we are trying so much to be seen as much nicer, how a benevolent good human being you are than ever we were, like every human, like in every human history. Like we never you didn't have to do this much in order to in order to be perceived as a nice person before. But now that there's social media, and then you can be literally recorded any places, like you just fake much more, put on like double layered, triple layered mask, so that no one can actually like see you, so that you don't get hurt. That's also one of the reasons why people never be authentic to others and even to themselves. Once we once we set the goal of all human, like once we kind of brainwashed people into thinking that money is the king, like money's on top of everything. Not particularly that way, but like money's being such a important thing in our lives. Like I'm not saying like money is not important at all. Like you can't live without money. I'm not saying you should like scrap off like all the materialistic things just like Buddhas, but what I'm trying to say is like once you prioritize it above happiness, above family, above humans, just like being a nice human, being a good human being, and society is rewarding those people, I think this is what happens. Like in throughout human history, we've never seen like right now, like we've genuinely never seen something like right now ever. So we don't know what the aftermath, like what the outcomes of this will be in the future, in the couple of decades or in a couple of tens of years. We'll see, but I don't think it's gonna look as great as many people imagine it to be. Though I'll push back if you're trying to be the same as others, because no, like this is my motto. I've said multiple times in my previous videos as well, but wrong is wrong and right is always right. Like it's such a trite, but you can explain it. You can understand. You can explain the thought process behind certain actions and why are they the way they are. But you can never justify them. So what you got to do is just be aware, but also at the same time be kind and try to be better for yourself and for the dignity that you have. Like don't get eaten by these zombies, you know, but trying to make you like one of them. Let's be real. Let's be authentic. At least for ourselves, not for others. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.